What's up, everybody? Tree City West here. Today, got a fun one for you. We're doing the Seeker phone unboxing. Not only today did I receive my Seeker, but I also got the accessory kit. So yeah, let's get into it. But first, I'm just going to tell you about my personal journey with the Seeker. So I did not have the Saga, which was the original phone. I heard all the awesome stories about the bonk airdrop and all the rewards people were getting, and so now I got the phone. I want to see what the features and what the security are like. Might become my daily driver for crypto, maybe. We'll see what happens. Man, it was a rough month. So these started shipping in early August, and I didn't get my shipping notification until August 28th. And I was waiting. They said 2 to 7 days. I had a date that I was going to receive it, and that date came, and it pushed forward a day. And I was like, what the hell? It was supposed to come today, and now it says tomorrow. Next day, did it again. And then by the third day, it just completely removed the date. So I was waiting about a week, and now today is September 6th, so today will be the 9th day since it shipped. So they said 2 to 7 shipping, but it really took more like 9 days, which I was just excited. I just wanted it to get here. So finally it got here, and yeah, let's open it up. Let's see what this is all about. It has this nice static proof bag here. Both packages came together, so they weren't separate orders, even though they did have separate shipping numbers and individual orders. They both came in the same box. So let's go ahead and get this thing open. Yeah, so this is cool. So it comes in a nice box. So we got our box here. Has the Solana logo on it. On the back, it has like the serial numbers and stuff like that. Just gonna cover those up. But yeah, this looks really professional. So designed and distributed by Solana Mobile. 6.36 inches, 128 gigabytes. We'll get more into the tech specs later. Includes Seeker, charging cables, seed vault cards. So it includes cards to store your seed. And yeah, it looks like it's got 3 cameras. Has a little notch here for something. We'll get into what that is. But yeah, let's go ahead and see. So there's no sticker or anything. It just opens right up. And oof, that's a nice looking phone. Beautiful. Okay, so we got the phone here. Has the seed vault. The front has a sticker with the serial number, the IMEI 1 and 2, so you can have dual SIMs. Yeah, very cool. Okay, so let's see what else it comes with. So should come with a charging cable, maybe some the same old documents. That's so funny. So yeah, we got our charging cable. Everything's Solana branded. That's why I think it's funny. It's like funny seeing a box and a phone with the Solana logo on it. That's pretty awesome. Charging cable's pretty nice. It's kind of felt style cable. So it's got these like threads in it. But it's just a standard USB-C cable. Nothing special here. Nice and long. Usually the ones that come with are short. So that's nice. It's good and long. Let's see what else. So we got our documents here, our little manual. Got the Seeker phone stuff. Secure seed storage at your fingertips. Seeds generated offline and stored in the seed vault in the Seeker's secure element. So that's kind of cool. That's more like a cold storage wallet. So it doesn't actually, it's not used by the phone, but you'll sign your transactions. So set up the seed vault during the device setup. Then you have to write down the seed. So the seed's never actually in the phone. You just kind of sign the transactions with it. Claim Seeker Genesis token. So open the seed vault wallet. You'll claim the Genesis token through the setup process. Download apps in the DApp store and grab the latest stuff on Solana. Quick start guide. Cool. So we got a side button. All right, so we got some buttons. We got the power button on the right side. We got the volume buttons on the left side. Got camera at the top, 3 cameras on the back. Yeah, it's looking really nice. So we're going to have to set up our seed vault. We'll go through that process. Some cool stuff. So yeah, nice. It comes with these cards for your seed phrase. So it's basically just a place to write down the seeds that it generates. Solana branded. That's funny. It feels expensive. And then we just have the usage, the warranty, and the security information. So very standard setup. This is really good stuff. I got the promo documents. Got the seed cards, which is nice. Definitely keep your seed phrase safe. We'll do that one offline. So far, really positive experience opening it. So I like that it comes with a long cable. The phone feels solid. It feels like an actual phone. It's not like cheap feeling. It feels like a good Android phone. We'll get into the specs later, but let's check out the phone case and the screen protector. See what that looks like. Now I have heard some complaints about the accessory pack, which was advertised at $25, but I guess after like fees and taxes, people were paying more like $50 for it, which kind of shitty, but it is what it is. All right, so here's our phone case. Feels nice, kind of cheap. It does feel kind of cheap. It doesn't feel like an OtterBox or anything. I'm not sure how safe this is gonna keep your phone if you drop it, but it should keep it safe from scratches, from little dents, little dings. So we're gonna take off the protective layer. Beautiful. And then we'll just pop our case in. So let's go ahead and get the case in here. Looks like the top goes in first. And there we go. So we got our Seeker ready to go. Have not turned it on yet. It has not been on. Okay, so then what else do we got? Seeker protector accessories. So these are the cleaning cloths for the screen protector. So we'll apply those later. We won't do that on the video. But just to show you, it does come with the kind of the typical Amazon screen protector, the glass screen protector. So we'll apply that on our own time. That's typical, but it is good. I like that it feels like a regular cell phone. It feels like I'm opening, a new iPhone or something, which is nice. Does not feel cheap in any way. It feels nice. So we'll get the screen protector. We've got our case protector on there. Yeah, the accessories are pretty much that. Not too much there. I like that it's not a bunch of ad documents and a bunch of BS that we don't need. So that's good to see. So let's talk about the phone itself and these specs. So it does have the 6.36 AMO LED display, 2670 by 1200, running at 1200 hertz. Pretty standard stuff. 9.3 millimeters thick, pretty standard for a phone. Nothing too crazy. It weighs less than the Solana Saga, which is cool. Saga also had a 6.67 screen and was bulkier, so I like that. I like when I can fit my phone and use my phone. I don't need two hands. Like I noticed that, if you have small hands or if you have a big phone, you need one hand to hold the phone, then you kind of use the other hand to control it. I love being able to, reach across the screen with my phone and not have to use two hands to control my phone. So I love that about this. Now it doesn't have a headphone or SD slot, which is pretty standard for 2025. Nothing crazy here. It does have wireless charging support, so that's good. Has this MediaTek Dimensity 7300 octa-core processor, which is pretty standard, middle of the road right now. 8 gigabytes of RAM, which is kind of low. 128 gigabytes of storage, which is good. Pretty standard stuff. I mean, this is kind of just a middle of the road phone, upper mid-range tier Android phone. It's not bleeding edge. It's not using the Snapdragon processor, but apparently it's still quite capable. So we're going to test it out over the next week and make a follow-up video. But the chip performance is comparable to modern Samsung phones, mid-range phones. So it looks like it is going to be usable as a day-to-day phone, and we'll put it to the test. We'll see if we can use it that way. Also has a 4,500 milliamp hour battery, which is larger than the Saga. It should last a full day or two on moderate use. So better battery, better processor. So the cameras had a major upgrade. It now has 3 cameras, including a 108 megapixel MP OIS main, plus the 50 megapixel telephoto in the ultra wide photo. So those are pretty standard, but that's awesome to see. It's it's a big upgrade over the Saga. It kind of puts it into that mid-range Android phone. So nothing crazy here, but it's awesome to see that at least they're improved from the last model. So I'll include some magic editing, and here's the video from the phone itself, so you can see the quality. What's up, guys? Here's the video and audio test for the front-facing camera. Definitely noticed some odd discoloration on the front camera, not as good. I'm sure the 3 cameras on the back will be much better, but Curious to see how the audio sounds as well, but I'm not too impressed with the front-facing camera, but it works. Let's check out the back. All right, guys, and here's the rear, the primary facing camera. Right away, I noticed much better quality, but I'm sure the sound's still going to be pretty bad. But images, they look much sharper with the primary camera. I think the front-facing camera is a little low quality, but these three main cameras look great. But overall, general sentiment on the internet, Seeker's essentially the Saga 2.0, and it fixes many of the flaws that the $1,000 Saga had. So not only is it half the price, but it has better cameras, better battery, better features, and it trades off some overkill specs for better usability. Saga did have the Snapdragon, but by downgrading the processor, you get some better features, and it's more like a middle-of-the-road usable phone than something with some really high-end features but bad experience. But the Saga did seem more ambitious, and this feels more refined for daily use. And then the real reason we're here for this phone is because of the Web3 features. You know, the secure seed vault, the easy wallet. So let's talk about those real quick. It'll be better to demonstrate those once we get the phone set up, but essentially the phone has a built-in hardware seed vault, similar to a cold storage wallet, so it's not necessarily a hot wallet that's stored on your file system. It's kind of its own device, and you have to sign it and log into it anytime you want to use it. So it does, I'm sure there's some biometric or some type of password thing that you'll have to use to sign transactions. So we'll definitely test that out, see what that looks like. But basically, it's a cell phone that's meant for crypto transactions. So your keys never leave the secure hardware. You can approve on-chain actions with just a fingerprint or double tap. It's seamless, one tap plus biometric to sign transactions. I guess this is a huge improvement over the Saga. So we'll test that out. We'll see how that looks. And that's going to be one of the big things I'm testing. You know, the thing that I want to see is how secure is it? Is it secure enough to be a daily driver, or is it going to be overly secure? Is it not going to be like where I can pull out my Phantom and just do a quick transaction? Am I going to be stuck in the Soulflare wallet and miss out on a bunch of good features? Another cool Web3 feature that the phone comes with is the Seeker ID, which is essentially a .skr username. So every Seeker owner can claim their .skr domain name. So obviously we're going to try to get TreeRoot.City West here in just a couple minutes, but basically combines your wallet address with your identity into an address. So just like the ENS names, just like the Solana name, server names, Seeker ID, it's basically going to be the username tied to your on-chain phone wallet. So and this basically becomes the digital passport for the Solana mobile ecosystem. You'll be able to transact, and yeah, it kind of gives you a proof of person, a proof of you're proving you're a Seeker user. So that's one thing the Seeker ID provides. It's a quick way to verify that you use the Seeker phone. So you might be eligible for some airdrops or other DeFi Web3 things. And supposedly there's a pretty cool dApp store, dApp Store 2.0. So we'll see what that looks like. It's not going to funnel you through the Google Store, the App Store. It's basically going to be a dApp Store. Kind of curious if this is going to be like a gatekept type thing. Is it truly going to be decentralized? Is anybody going to be able to put a dApp on the dApp Store? Or what does the approval process look like? Probably going to look into that. I'm definitely curious. How do you get an app on the App Store? That might be the next wave if the Seeker thing pops off. So the idea is that there's no gatekeepers, no 30% fees like the Apple Store. A dev can push a Solana-centric app here that might never be allowed on iOS. So it is kind of this free, decentralized feeling. But the ecosystem's young, so we'll see what this looks like. Are they really going to build a Web3 dApp store that's successful? So we'll see. And then you also have your Solana Seeker Genesis token. So each Seeker generates its own soul-bound Genesis token, unlocks exclusive on-chain experiences through the Solana ecosystem. And they're also going to be launching their own token, which is the Seeker token. It's going to power the ownership economy of the whole Solana ecosystem. So Solana Mobile plans to distribute the Seeker tokens to the users of the dApp and the developers as rewards for participation. Being from the Zen community, we love participation. So definitely going to be checking it out. Maybe we'll try to make a mobile app or something cool. And maybe we'll make a Zen Blocks miner or something fun, integrate that somehow. Shout out to Smith. And I'm sure there's going to be some cool dApps too. Like imagine, watching ads to earn crypto on your phone or something like that. There could definitely be some cool things. There's not too much information. That's what the whole September event is about. So we'll be able to see what's coming this September, and we'll have some follow-ups throughout the month. Gonna get all kinds of content out of this phone. So just to wrap things up, over the next month, we'll be exploring who the Seeker's for. Today, this video is mainly going to be about the unboxing and the initial experience, but we're going to be testing out the NFT markets and the token markets, pump fun, set up our Seeker ID, do some Web3 things, maybe even develop a dApp. We'll see if we can vibe code something up. So it's going to be an exciting month, Seeker September, and you can expect some more videos to come. I do feel like this represents a bold step towards the mobile first crypto. I'm going to try to use it as a daily driver. Typically I do have two phones. I love my iPhone, but I also like to have an Android phone just in case something happens with Apple, something weird. I have my backup. So this is going to become my new Android daily driver, and you guys are going to be along for the ride. So I'm excited to see how this experiment plays out. Will a crypto phone actually change how we interact with crypto? It's definitely possible. I'm curious what this experience of having a cold wallet on my cell phone, does that essentially turn it into a hot wallet, or is it going to be secure enough to where there's true hardware separation and it's basically just kind of me authenticating like I would a ledger every time? So we'll explore that and we'll see what this whole Seeker season's all about. So as always, I appreciate you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more, but I'm going to go set up this phone, create the B-rolls, and we'll be back. As always, I hope you guys stay zen. My name's TreeRoot.City Wes. Peace.